Today, I am here to tell you how you can potentially live to be 100 years old. How many people here have heard of a blue zone? Awesome. So last year, my team and I planned a trip to Nicoya, Costa Rica, which is one of the world's blue zones, one of 5. In 2004, Dan Buettner teamed up with National Geographic, as well as longevity researchers, to find places in the world where people are measurably living better. The community created in these places is truly, truly magnificent. Things happen like they should. The people do the right thing without actually trying to do the right thing. So there's a lot that we have to learn from them. Today I want to share with you what I took away from my trip to Costa Rica. Om Surf Give was the name of our trip, a week full of yoga, surfing, and service for the clients of our fitness studio here in Austin. The trip started in San Jose, and then we actually jumped onto a jumper plane and went to the peninsula, and then drove about an hour into the village of Santa Teresa, which is where we were going to be staying. Now, as soon as we got here, there was almost a silent guarantee that everything was going to go as it should. Now, as I welcomed our guests as they arrived, something special was definitely in order. Earlier in the day, we went to a little market next to Santa Teresa, and I was able to find some green coconuts. Now, green coconuts are very, very special, and in order to open them, as soon as I saw them, I thought, cue the coconuts, cue the bendy straws, cue the beach, and cue the sunset. What better way to welcome a group of people to paradise? Paradise, I'm going back there right now. So these green coconuts are extremely hard to actually open, right? So you have to find a machete Jedi. That's what they told me. I was able to find a machete Jedi, and as we walked through mango trees and almond trees to get to the beach, I learned that our machete Jedi was no longer going to be able to open these coconuts for us. So, as a natural food chef, right? So our Jedi was actually on a Skype call in a blue zone, by the way, so they do have internet there. And as a natural food chef, I've opened coconuts before, but not necessarily these green type of coconuts. But right, give me this machete, I have this handled, no problem whatsoever. As we get to the beach, I'm literally, down hacking at these green coconuts with this huge pirate-like machete, trying to, think that everything's going as it should, show everyone that everything is fine. But our travelers are starting to get pretty thirsty, right? This is when we experience the first of many little miracles in Costa Rica. A local is walking down the beach, and he sees us struggling pretty hardcore. He comes up and offers his help, and I gladly, hand him over this pirate-like machete. And I swear that with 2 flicks of his wrist, he had all of those coconuts open. Our Costa Rican coconut Batman swooped in to save the day. And he also introduced us to the Nicoya way of life. Random acts of kindness are an everyday thing here in the Blue Zones. So this allowed us, this feeling allowed us to grow really close as a group here, but also gave us a chance to grow really close as individuals. This experience was extremely amazing. I am in love with food. That is definitely my passion. I've been cooking ever since I was 12 years old, out to change the culinary game. But I always considered myself more of a realist, not someone that necessarily believed in everything happening like it should, like everything was happening here in Costa Rica. I always thought that I was the one that had to go out and get it done. I didn't actually think that things would happen magically. How can you prove such a thing, right? But as I followed my passion to culinary school here in Austin about 2 years ago, things changed. I started seeing my life unfold as it should, magically. I got the right job, I met the right people, all completely on accident. I let my passion take control. In Costa Rica, my passion was able to totally run wild. I was ready to get in the kitchen, cook like crazy, introduce our guests to amazing fresh seafood, organic fruits, organic vegetables. But when I actually got there, I learned that recently a country had gotten the rights to fish off of the coast of Costa Rica. Pretty big country here. And so as I go, this didn't really mean anything to me originally, but as I go and visit the fishermen, I realized how much it had impacted their lives, the lives of their family, and the lives of their community. So over the next week, I was able to whip up some really awesome dishes with what we did have on hand. And we even got the chance to enjoy a really awesome Costa Rican meal. But when it came to our last night in this village, I wanted to go out with a bang, right? Wanted to make something awesome, cool farewell dinner. But with limited resources and now a power outage, all the power's out, no big deal. We actually, had to really improvise. And this was when one of the mini miracles happens once again here in Costa Rica. Earlier in the day, we had a soccer tournament with the kids that we actually got to help a little school in Costa Rica. We brought art supplies to them and actually started an art program for them. Brought soccer supplies so that they could have an actual soccer game out there. And it was beyond amazing. As we're walking back, we had this soccer tournament. Our guide is yelling to me, "Camarones, camarones!" And I didn't have anything to prepare, really, for this farewell dinner. I took one day of level 1 Spanish in high school. And because of that, I had no idea what she was saying, but she looked extremely excited. So as I run up to this truck, old beat-up truck with coolers in the back, I realized that they don't actually have just shrimp. They have lobsters, a special catch for our new seafood friends. And when we inquire about the lobsters, he tells us that they have the exact number of lobsters that we need, which is completely crazy. When I returned to, which is completely crazy. So anyway, get back to that night. We enjoyed these lobsters in candlelight because the power's out. And it was absolutely amazing. It couldn't have been any more perfect. When I returned to Austin and thought back on my experiences in Costa Rica and my experiences over the last 2 years, I realized that here, right now, where we are, we all have the ability to actually create our own version of a blue zone. Right here in Austin, we have that ability. It's a very, very special. And during the trip, we saw all of our locals really appreciating the food that was grown by their neighbors and their friends. We saw them appreciate the land. We saw them love their family, love their friends, and love their faith. We learned that if you truly live a passionate life, an all-around passionate life, that everything, all of your worries are going to just completely diminish. And all of the reasons to be happy will completely demolish the reasons to be sad. So today, I want you to take a deep breath. Oh, yeah. Yes, nice deep breath. Grab a coconut and let everything happen as it should. Here's to 100 happy years. Thank you.